So it was about a year ago when I featured the Divemaster 300 here on my channel. It's a watch that was designed in the UK by Matterhorn Watch Co. Very affordable watch with very good style. And actually, here is the watch. That is the prototype that I actually reviewed here on the channel. Today I have a production model to show you. I'm going to do a little bit of comparison because there's a lot of differences and upgrades that they did to these watches. Now, getting right into it, it comes in an outer cardboard box. Inner box is a sort of double pouch or a double travel pouch that's made out of a distressed leather, which is really nice. It has really robust hardware on it that's sort of bronze colored. Inside, you're getting a really nice package considering the $300 price point on this. This is a $300 watch. So you're getting a signed tool here for changing the strap, changing the bracelet. You are getting a strap with this watch. It is a tropic rubber strap with a signed buckle. It has the logo right there. It's a little milled clasp. Really, really nice. And the fact that they're giving you that with that $300 price point is excellent. They're actually on sale right now for that $300, which is really good. And then you're getting a metal warranty card. There's a little thank you note, operation card in here as well. It's sort of cut out with the logo of the brand. Very nice touch that they gave you that as well. And then, of course, you're getting a watch. So now I mentioned that they've upgraded the movement. They've gone to the 9015 for the watch where you choose the date. So you can get a date or no date. And then you're giving you a 9039. So there is no ghost date position. That is a dateless version of the 9015 if you want no date. And that was kind of one of my complaints. I always say I prefer a no date diver, and that's what they gave you because this had an NH35. You had no choice. You got the date, and they've done away with that. It is also thinner. So the production model is thinner because you're going with a Miyota movement. It is thinner, especially the 9000 series, much thinner than the NH series. So that's really good. And you can see there is definitely a difference in thickness. Also, it had a display case back. They did away with that. They didn't really sign the rotor on here, so it didn't make much sense. This has a solid case back with the brand logo. They also upgraded the buckle, so this got some pressed elements in the buckle, so that basically the clasp itself was pressed, and they've moved over to a fully milled buckle. It is still sort of a generic micro brand buckle, but they put plenty of micro adjust here, and it is fully milled, so it's actually a very nice, very useful buckle. There you go. So it sounds really good too. When you close it up, it sounds really good. And there you go. The bracelet is almost exactly the same. Otherwise, you still get push pins. It is an oyster style bracelet. It's basically primarily brushed, and it tapers just a little bit away from the case. You do get drilled lugs though now, and you get that tool plus the strap, so you could change easily into that rubber strap if you want to. Considering again that $300 price point, very, very good. Bezel action is really good on here. It's an aluminum bezel insert, but it is lumed, and you get very good lume on this watch. So let's listen to the bezel action. Really good. Everything lines up. Sounds very good, and there is no wiggle in that bezel whatsoever. It's about a 40 millimeter watch, maybe 41 millimeters, depending on where you actually catch it. So it's like 40.8 millimeters. It's thinner than that original prototype, as I mentioned. You still get a sapphire crystal, of course. It's a flat sapphire crystal, 12.6 millimeters. And then the lug-to-lug, you do get female end links on here, so you get a pretty true lug-to-lug on here, and it's basically the same as when it's on the strap, 47.1 millimeters. The crown is on the slightly smaller side, at 6.2 millimeters, but it's not tiny. And then it's just sort of domed and then polished. It has that little mountain range, the sort of logo for the brand, the Alpine Mountains right there. Same thing that you get on the case back, and you get the spec sheet there just saying sapphire crystal and all that good stuff. Really nice setup considering the price. The dial itself, you're getting indices and hands. The indices obviously are applied, and then the hands are loomed. So the indices and hands are loomed, and you get a little bit of an arrow tip on the second hand. There's a little red accent there, and then you have the 15 minutes on the dial that is in red. That looks really good, and then of course that is loomed on the bezel, which is really good as well. This is the no date version, no plaque on the side. Obviously, like I said, you have the plaque on the side on this one, and it is a date version. So you still get that choice. So if you like the plaque on the side, it just says Matterhorn, you could still get that on the version with the Miyota movement, and you could still get a date. So I would imagine the setup would look pretty similar to what the prototype has currently. However, now you're getting a Miyota movement instead. Really, there isn't that many differences visually. You have to really take a look at the watch, and then you'll see there's a difference in thickness. You get the drilled lugs, you have an upgraded clasp, there's a thinner case profile. So those are really all the upgrades to this watch, and it really does make a difference. But visually, from the top down, not that much of a difference actually, but there is a big difference in the watches themselves. There's also less script here down below, above the 6 o'clock index. It just says Automatic Divemaster 300, where there was a little extra script on the prototype version. So they really listened to a lot of the feedback and did a lot with these watches and sort of upgraded them and changed them to be a little bit nicer, and I think a lot nicer in the case of the one that I got with the 9039. You don't have a ghost date, it's thinner. I really like it. Really quickly, I'm going to throw it on my wrist, and then we will do a lume shot, because I remember that the lume on this watch was actually really good, because you're getting a lumed bezel as well, and the indices were actually liberally applied with lume, and of course the hands were as well. So very quickly, let me show you what I have on my wrist, and then we will do that lume shot. Today I have on HVD. This is the Spectra Diver with that sort of fume hand distress dial. Really cool watch. And you get that hand wound movement inside, which is the Sellita SW210. And it's just really nice. I really love that watch. So I do not have this sized for my 7.5 inch wrist, but I have to tell you, it does wear better than the prototype because it is thinner. So I'll do a measurement on that prototype so you could see how thick that was, but it is much thinner. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. This is a 40 millimeter, a little over a 40 millimeter watch, almost a 41 millimeter watch. And I think it wears very nicely on my wrist. It's a very classically good looking dive watch, and you get that red accent, and that's it. I think you get that red accent on no matter the version you're getting. I think they make a black, a blue, and a green, and that's it. And I believe you get a green dial on the green version now, and you get a black dial in the black version. There's a volcanic, I think, black, I think they call it, and then they make a blue dial version, which gets a blue bezel insert. That's really it. Those are the differences. I really like it. And you have the 3, 6, and 9, 12 dial here, and the indices are just slightly cut off for each one of those numerals, which definitely balances out, looks excellent. And if you're getting the date, obviously it just replaces that 3 o'clock. Pretty cool. Anyway, let's do a quick lume shot, and then actually I'll just do a quick measurement on the prototype so you know how thick that was and versus the current model. So the prototype was 14.5 millimeters thick. So that is a thick watch. Even though it's a 300 meter dive watch, that's still thick. 12.6 is a lot better. Very quickly, let's do lume shot and then wrap up the video. So I thought the lume was excellent on the prototype that I had in for review, and they carried that over into the production model. You can see this is the production model, this is the prototype, and the lume is really good on both of them, liberally applied to the indices and hands, and then you have that fully lumed bezel, which is actually pretty bright. They did a really good job with the lume on these watches. All in all, for $300, you're getting a really nice package that obviously comes with a strap and a strap changing tool, and then you're getting that double leather pouch, travel pouch. Also, you're getting a 300 meter dive watch included in that package, which I think is really good. So, and it's also powered by a 9015 or 9039. You get the choice between the date or no date. Obviously, I like the no date. I would go with that if I were you. But if you like a date, you have that choice, which is really good. But it's a very balanced dial without that date, and I like that. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. What do you think of the upgrades that they made? A lot of people complain when brands send out prototypes that aren't exactly what they will be when they actually go to production. I think that the prototype that I got in for the price that they were selling it at was actually worth it at that price. They made significant upgrades, and they really did not raise the price almost at all. And I really do appreciate that. $300 is an excellent price. It's currently on sale. It is a little bit more expensive than that, I think, regularly. However, right now, if you want to get one, they are on sale for $300, and that's a very good price. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Please follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is WatchChrisBlog, all one word. I have some links in the description. Those links are to Amazon. If you click those links and buy anything, it helps support the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra. However, I very much appreciate it. Anyway, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.